China, a land of millennia-old mystique and modern marvels, origins and early civilization. China's civilization dates back over 5,000 years and is one of the most enduring in human history. Archaeological discoveries reveal early human activities along the Yellow River Valley, where the foundations of Chinese civilization began to take shape. Here, communities transitioned from hunter-gatherers to agrarian societies, cultivating grains like millet and wheat. The Yangshao and Longshan cultures emerged, displaying pottery, primitive writing, and distinct burial practices that hint at a complex society. Ancient texts describe legendary rulers, the 3 sovereigns and 5 emperors, who were semi-mythical sage kings and cultural heroes. Figures like the Yellow Emperor, Huangdi, are credited with pivotal innovations. Huangdi is said to have introduced aspects of Chinese culture, such as silk weaving, medicine, and the compass. These legends continue to influence Chinese folklore and festivals, symbolizing wisdom, unity, and resilience. The rise of dynastic rule and the mandate of heaven. China's unique dynastic system began with the Xia dynasty, c. 2070 to 1600 BC, often regarded as the first dynasty. This dynasty laid the groundwork for centralized rule, though historical verification remains scarce. With the Shang dynasty, 1600 to 1046 BC, the Chinese script emerged, inscribed on oracle bones used for divination. These early inscriptions offer glimpses into Shang society, including their religious practices, royal lineage, and beliefs about the natural and supernatural worlds. The Zhou dynasty, 1046 to 256 BC, introduced the mandate of heaven, a concept that justified the ruler's authority as divinely sanctioned. This mandate, however, was conditional. If a dynasty became corrupt or oppressive, it was believed the mandate would pass to a new ruler. This doctrine shaped the cycles of Chinese history, as dynasties rose and fell, justified by shifts in this heavenly mandate. Philosophical Renaissance, Confucianism, Taoism, and legalism. The Zhou period also witnessed the 100 schools of thought, an era where numerous philosophical schools emerged, most notably Confucianism, Taoism, and legalism. Confucianism, founded by Confucius, Kong-Fuzi, emphasized social harmony, moral integrity, and the importance of family. Confucius's teachings on filial piety, benevolent governance, and self-cultivation influenced not only Chinese society, but also spread throughout East Asia, where it shaped Korea, Japan, and Vietnam's cultures and values. Taoism, Taoism, attributed to Laozi, presented a contrast with its focus on simplicity, natural order, and harmony with the Tao, the Way. Taoist thought emphasizes non-action, or Wu Wei, a concept of effortless action that encourages aligning with the natural flow of life. Meanwhile, legalism, associated with Han Feizi and practiced under the Qin dynasty, advocated for strict laws and harsh punishments as essential to maintaining state control. This triad of philosophies created a foundation that deeply influenced Chinese governance, ethics, and cultural practices for centuries. Dynasties of expansion and cultural flourishing. The Qin dynasty, 221–206 BC, unified China for the first time under Qin Shi Huang, a ruler known for his ambitious projects and authoritative rule. Qin Shi Huang standardized weights, measures, and even the width of cart axles to unify commerce and infrastructure. His greatest legacy, however, includes the construction of the Great Wall and the creation of the Terracotta Army, a collection of over 8,000 life-sized soldiers meant to protect him in the afterlife. The Han Dynasty, 206 BC, 220 AD, followed, marking one of China's golden ages. Under the Han, Chinese culture flourished, silk-making thrived, and Confucianism was cemented as the state philosophy. The Silk Road, a network of trade routes, linked China with Central Asia, the Middle East, and beyond, facilitating cultural exchanges that introduced Buddhism to China, along with goods like glass, spices, and precious stones. The Silk Road and the spread of Buddhism. The Silk Road played a vital role in connecting China with the world, extending through deserts, mountains, and seas to reach as far as the Roman Empire. Chinese silk, valued as a luxury in Europe, was exchanged for precious metals, spices, and other exotic items. However, the Silk Road's importance wasn't just economic. It also facilitated the spread of ideas, religions, and artistic influences. Buddhism entered China via this route, profoundly influencing Chinese philosophy, art, and architecture. The arrival of Buddhism during the Han Dynasty introduced new spiritual ideas and artistic styles. Monasteries, temples, and statues sprang up across China, and by the Tang Dynasty, Buddhism had integrated with Chinese traditions to create schools like Chan Buddhism, later known as Zen in Japan. The Chinese Buddhist canon was compiled, and pilgrimages to sacred sites became common, establishing China as a major center of Buddhist learning, art, literature, and calligraphy. China's contributions to global art and literature are vast and profound. Ancient Chinese art includes exquisite bronze work from the Shang and Zhou dynasties, intricate jade carvings, and later, the flourishing of ceramics and porcelain. Chinese painting developed distinct schools and styles, with ink wash painting becoming a significant medium. These paintings often feature natural scenes, conveying Taoist values of harmony and simplicity. Chinese literature, particularly poetry, reached its pinnacle during the Tang Dynasty, 618 to 907 AD. Poets like Li Bai and Du Fu explored themes of nature, love, war, and introspection. Their work is celebrated for its depth and lyrical beauty. Meanwhile, calligraphy became an art form in its own right, where skilled calligraphers displayed mastery over brushstrokes and ink to create characters that conveyed aesthetic and emotional power. Cuisine and culinary diversity. China's culinary tradition is among the oldest, most diverse, and richest in the world, reflecting the country's regional variety and cultural depth. Chinese cuisine is broadly categorized into 8 great cuisines, each region boasting distinct flavors, ingredients, and cooking techniques. Sichuan cuisine is known for its bold, spicy flavors, Cantonese for its fresh and light approach, and Hunan for its hot and sour notes. The preparation and serving of tea hold ceremonial importance and are symbolic of Chinese hospitality. Tea drinking in China dates back over 4,000 years, and there are various types, including green tea, black tea, white tea, and pu'er. The Chinese tea ceremony is a social ritual that reflects principles of harmony, respect, and tranquility. Innovations and technology. Through the ages, China's legacy of invention has had a global impact. The 4 great inventions, papermaking, printing, the compass, and gunpowder, transformed communication, navigation, and warfare across the world. The earliest paper was made from mulberry bark around 105 AD, enabling record-keeping and the spread of knowledge. Printing techniques, initially woodblock and later movable type, spread Chinese texts, allowing for the first time the mass dissemination of literature and religious scriptures. The compass, developed as early as the Han Dynasty, initially guided Chinese travelers and merchants on the Silk Road. Gunpowder, discovered during the Tang Dynasty, began as a mixture used in Taoist alchemy, but soon became a powerful weapon, changing the nature of warfare and exploration. The imperial examinations and meritocracy. In the Sui and Tang dynasties, China pioneered a system of imperial examinations to select government officials based on merit, not birthright. This system examined candidates on their knowledge of Confucian texts, poetry, and moral philosophy. Aspiring scholars spent years preparing for these exams, which were so rigorous that success was a lifelong honor. The examination system became one of the earliest forms of standardized testing and was emulated by other nations. Modern China. Economic reform and technological prowess. After centuries of dynastic rule and foreign occupation, China underwent major shifts in the 20th century. The economic reforms initiated by Deng Xiaoping in 1978 transformed China from a largely agrarian society into the world's second-largest economy. Cities like Shenzhen evolved from fishing villages to tech hubs almost overnight. In just a few decades, China has become a leader in technology, manufacturing, and global trade. China's high-speed rail system is the world's longest and among the most advanced, symbolizing the country's rapid modernization. Shenzhen, Shanghai, Beijing, and Hangzhou are tech hubs where innovation thrives. Companies like Huawei, Tencent, and Alibaba drive China's digital economy, with WeChat and Alipay revolutionizing mobile payment systems and online marketplaces. Environmental challenges and green initiatives. Despite rapid industrialization, China faces environmental challenges such as pollution, deforestation, and water scarcity. However, recent years have seen a commitment to green initiatives. China leads in renewable energy production, especially solar and wind power, and is home to the world's largest floating solar farm. The Great Green Wall of China project aims to curb desertification by planting trees along the edges of the Gobi Desert, while government policies incentivize electric vehicle production, with China now hosting the largest EV market in the world.